I went to urgent care. Oh, what's that? I got a message. That's cute. I went to urgent care. I stopped at Theta Care on the way home. I've been having like some pain in my sinuses, like a burning pain, and I've been fighting sinus issues for years. And I was just there 2 weeks ago for this, and I guess I'm getting stubborn enough now that I'm gonna just keep going back until I figure out what's happening and not just be resigned to like, well, I don't know, maybe it'll clear up if I keep doing minor things. So I got stubborn and I went back, and I think the good thing was that this is the first time somebody had a different potential root cause for what was going on, where I really have felt like a lot of the stuff that's been done over the last couple of years is more like diagnostic. Like, is it allergies? Is it something else? Do you need to do this? And it was more like managing the symptoms and potentially trying to find a root cause. So that was a positive thing. And I don't have strep throat, which is also a positive thing. And I got home. Javis, if you don't know, is a good singer. He loves choir and all that stuff. And he wants a piano around the house so he can learn how to read music, like sheet music. And of course, like being able to play piano when you're a singer is also kind of handy. So he's got a bunch of money left over from Christmas that he wants to spend on a piano. I do not know an instrument yet and would still like to learn. So I'm kind of interested in piano, and I might chip in some money. So when he got home from school today, we went down to Hyde Music in downtown Appleton and looked at some of their pianos and talked to Jen down there, and she helped us understand what the features were of some of those models. And we did we were interested in like we're looking at the Yamahas, and there was one brand we looked at, or one, like I think it was more the entry level 88 key model that we were going to get, but now I think we're looking at one that's just a step above that. And lucky me, it would be something that would be at my house, so I could play it any day, and he could only play it like half days, because at his mom's the other half. So we didn't buy it yet today, in part because it was a decent amount of money, and we kind of changed our mind and maybe wanted to spend more money than original. And he, proud of him, made the decision that he wanted to think about it, number one, because it was a big purchase, and number two, he's turning 16 in less than a month, and he's going to be getting a job at Little Caesars is his plan. And he said maybe after a check or two, then he wouldn't need me to chip in as much, and or he would be more confident that he could buy it and spend all his money and still be able to make and have some money. So that was pretty cool. And it also gives us time to look for sales and stuff like that, which would be nice. No problem with sales, Rocky. Sales would be good. And then I let him off the hook. He was supposed to cook spaghetti and meatballs, but I was hungry because I skipped lunch and ate donuts instead. And we stopped there and got some Whoppers on the way home, and that was all good. And I ran 3 miles because I had a Whopper and onion rings, and I needed to work some of that off, and it had been a while, and the run felt good. Super good. And then I wrapped up the day. I started a fundraiser with St. Jude's with a goal of $650. I am going to donate $325 by the end of March. Corresponds to $1 for every 100 meters that I plan on swimming in those 3 months. So I'm super stoked about that. I can kind of tie it to my swimming goals and how much I want to get done, and I think that makes it more fun for me. Rocky doesn't care either way, but I think it's cool. And now I'm fucking tired, so I'm gonna go to bed. I don't even know what time it is, but I'm tired. It was Saturday, a big day off. And I like to do budgeting in the morning and Saturday mornings, and that was all right because I'm doing okay right now. Yeah, it's been worse. It'll get better. But that's not fun. Spent a lot of time working on my podcast today. I re-recorded some stuff that I had done 2 or 3 times already, and learning a lot. I got through all the segments from the first podcast today, recorded and mostly edited, and probably good enough to go out. I didn't finalize it yet. I got to add on graphics and stuff. Part of me would probably like to re-record parts of it, but I'm just going to move on and do the second one and get better over time instead of pretending the first one could be perfect. But it was fun. It's definitely a different skill than making short dad joke videos and pictures and writing stuff for the web. To do enough of the research and writing and organizing and recording and camera work and editing, there's a lot of pieces, parts to it, and it takes time. And like I said, it's a totally different way to express yourself. So I'm learning a lot as I go. And I also got out of the house a little bit today. Made it to the YMCA and swam 2,000 meters towards my goal for the first quarter for the fundraiser I'm doing for St. Jude's. If you haven't heard about that, check it out. I'm collecting donations for St. Jude's. My goal is to swim 32,500 meters January through March. And so far, I'm on track. So we'll see how it goes. What else happened? Raceland came over for lunch today. Still home for Christmas break. Spends most of his time at his mom's house because he still has a room there that is just his. So made a point of inviting him over for a meal. We had some salmon. It was really good. There was a ton of salmon. Rocky got some too because there was more than we could eat. There's still some in the fridge for tomorrow. So that was good news. It was good to see him and talk to him about things that are his business, not mine to talk about. And did some more research for a project I got going on where for my read. I did some research for getting a charger into my garage. We've gone through a couple of different options, and it looks like I'm probably going to get new electrical service to the house and run new service out to the garage and get a charging unit put on the wall, which hopefully would largely be paid for by tax credits. I could get into a program that Kakano Electric has where if I want to sign up for variable billing, I can get cheaper electricity in the middle of the night from, say, like midnight till 5 in the morning at roughly half the price of the normal kilowatt hour. And through the car charger or my Ford Pass app, I'll be able to schedule when I charge and can usually get more than enough charge in within 5 hours there. With that type of level 2 charger, it could be around 20 miles per hour that I could charge as compared to the about 3 miles per hour that I could charge off of just a regular 110 volt outlet. So I'm excited about that. It's going to cost a little bit of money, but I still think it's a good investment. I'm still really happy that I have an electric car, and I dig it the most. And now I got to chill out for the rest of the night because it's almost bedtime, and I need to chill out. Time to read. Time to read. Christmas present from some of my role-playing friends. Prisoners of Geography. So far, so good. And now after that look back in time, we are caught back up with where I recorded the intro. Today is Sunday. It's halftime of the Packer game right now. Kind of watching that. I'm keeping the faith. They're down 10-0, but it's still a close game. And if it weren't for that fumble in the beginning, which they did recover and the refs screwed that call up, but if it weren't for that, I think it'd still be a 3-0 game right now. So it's close, which is amazing considering the Packers even lost one of their offensive linemen. So that's what I'm up to. I did some work from home today. The company I work for is changing the database under their ERP for geeks that know geek stuff. So I was kind of off and on conference calls all day long. Did some dishes, otherwise not much. Working from home, sometimes it's hard to get involved in other things when you keep getting pulled back into work. Later tonight, when the game is done and after one more conference call, I'm going to head back upstairs and practice recording for my podcast again. I wrote a bunch of thoughts out about the fires in LA and some of the reaction to what's going on there. So I wanted to get that out there and get to a point where hopefully I can get my podcast off the ground completely separate from this. And the video log is going to be unedited, like you've seen, just raw stuff. But the podcast, I want to put a little bit more polish on. Slow down. Done modeling? Okay, here we go. Thanks for watching. Please like and subscribe and meet me in the comments. Thanks again. Be well. See you soon.